Hello, everyone. Today we are at South Mountain Community College at the Center for Teaching and Learning. We are here with Rob Morales to learn more information about the Horizon Grants. I am Jeanette Schaefer. I will be asking the questions as I know probably as much as you do, not very much.
Well, thank you, Jeanette. I appreciate the opportunity. Horizon Grants encourage projects that fall into one or more of the following categories. It's an opportunity to try out an emerging educational technology. It's an opportunity to create an interdisciplinary experience for students.
Cool.
Also, to try out a leading edge strategy, something that you really like to take into your classroom to enhance the student experience. And we also encourage multi-college collaborations. The focus is interdisciplinary experiences and multi-college collaborations. So we're really trying to promote these opportunities.
Okay, now if you're like me, you probably just got about 5 different ideas. I'm sure there's emerging technology, or I know we've talked about projects with other faculty. It's like, wow, we really wish we had time or resources to do this. So I hope you're as excited as I am.
What we would like to cover today is I'm going to describe a little bit about the Horizon Grants, the application process, criteria, and also share some innovative projects and ideas that have been funded in the past.
Okay, yeah, bullet number 2 sounds exciting. First one, that might be a little tedious, but we'll get through it.
Yeah, but it is an important project.
Oh, yes.
This is a project that was completed at Mesa Community College.
Okay.
This was a collaboration with a master artist that was brought in from China. I believe he was a master artist. His name was Lu Chaoping. The grant was in 2002, so it was a learning grant. This is an example of how a grant can be used to bring in an expert to collaborate with students to create this project. This project is still at Mesa Community College.
Yeah, that's really neat.
This is an example of an interdisciplinary project. This was a collaboration at Mesa Community College between the math faculty and ceramics faculty. With this piece, what happens is that the students in the math course, actually, they had to determine the size of each piece and how to put it together so it formed this artwork. And the ceramics students, they had to formulate the glazes. They also had to design the actual blocks for this piece.
It seems like a really good project. I know a lot of times we have students where they don't really understand how math applies in the real world. So this was a really good collaboration on showing how the math incorporates into art.
Definitely.
And it's a beautiful end result too.
Definitely. Another example, and this goes back to an innovative technology. This was a digital badging or micro-credentialing project that was at Phoenix College. Dawn Augusta, she was residential faculty at Phoenix College. She basically needed to try to find something that would replace the current system used for evaluating nursing students.
Okay.
So what they did is they looked at digital badging, and the outcome of the project was that students were more motivated, had a more positive view. So it really did enhance the learning experience for students. Based on her final report, they are in the process taking this to the next level and replacing that instrument that was used in the past.
Okay, yeah, badging, that sounds a little bit more exciting than just evaluation.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's a great opportunity.
Yes, sounds like fun.
Oh, this is a great example. One of the ideas for Horizon Grants is that they serve as a seed money for larger scale grants.
Okay.
So that is one of the outcomes that we hope that happens with the Horizon Grant. This is the STEM Cure project, which was at Phoenix College. It was Dr. Robin Cotter and a team from Phoenix College and also Mesa Community College. What they did is they actually collaborated with Arizona State University to look at undergraduate research experiences system-wide. This project, which started off as a learning grant, but is now a Horizon Grant, led to a $1.5 million grant by the National Science Foundation. So we just found out last week that they're in month 1 of the 5-year project, and they are collaborating with ASU on the grant. And Robin did share with me that the grant provided the foundation,
Right.
but also helped to give them the opportunity to build the relationship with Arizona State University. So now the outcome is that they have a $1.5 million grant.
Nice. That is an excellent idea because a smaller grant can lead to bigger grants, and it gives you that time to, I guess, really solidify your idea and your project.
We do encourage faculty interested in Horizon grants to meet with the grant coordinator at their college.
Okay.
The grant coordinator can really help them, once they do earn the Horizon grant, to look for those larger scale grants.
Okay.
So we do encourage collaborations with the grant coordinator.
Rob, do we have a list somewhere of the grant coordinators on campuses?
To be honest, I don't know of a list of a page that has the grant coordinators listed, but I would encourage faculty to reach out to their centers for teaching and learning, and the CTL team can direct them to the grant coordinator at their college.
Yes, we can definitely do that. If we don't know the answer, we will find the person that does know the answer, so we can help you out.
This is a big difference with the Horizon grants. So as I mentioned earlier, Horizon grants, it's replacing learning grants. Learning grants used to be an annual process that if you weren't funded, you had to wait till the next year to apply.
Yeah, you had one shot.
The big difference with Horizon grants is that now you have two opportunities to apply.
Nice.
We're currently accepting applications for the first cycle, which opened January 8th and closes March 8th. But now we have a second opportunity. Now we have an opportunity that opens March 22nd and closes May 3rd. Funding is still dispensed in July 2019.
Okay.
But again, it's two opportunities. So the way I've been encouraging faculty who have contacted me is if you apply and you get feedback and maybe it wasn't funded, take the feedback, work with an instructional designer at the Maricopa Center for Learning and Innovation, or contact the CTL at your college and work with the CTL, very talented individuals all around to support faculty and their prospective projects.
I kind of like that idea. So if we would submit an application the first cycle and we don't get it, we've got time because it looks like it's first due March 8th. Will they get feedback in time to get it submitted?
Yes, our goal is to get feedback probably in 2 to 3 weeks.
Okay.
That's our goal.
Right.
But they will get feedback before the close of the second cycle.
Okay, nice. Because then you can resubmit it. So sometimes it helps to.
Yep.
Although I encourage you to take the time to submit a good application first, so we're not wasting people's time.
and we are there to support faculty.
Okay, good.
So as you notice on the screen, we do require a letter of intent. It's basically a brief description of the project, the intended outcomes, and it also provides us the opportunity to work with the individuals who are writing the proposals, because our goal is to have really strong proposals and make it a very competitive process.
I really like the idea of support, because I know a lot of times when we submit grants, you're sitting in your office by yourself just writing away, and you don't really have that support. So thank you for doing that.
So
that's great.
Some more details about Horizon grants. Funding for each project is up to $12,500.
Okay.
Based on previous years, we have about more than a 70% funding rate. So of all the proposals that we receive each year, 70% of those proposals receive some kind of funding, whether it's full funding or partial funding.
Those odds are definitely better than a lot of those big grants we apply to.
Yes, definitely. So who can apply? The grant opportunity is open to residential faculty, adjunct faculty, one-year-only faculty, clock hour instructors. The only thing we ask is that for each proposal, that a residential faculty serve as the principal investigator for the project.
Okay.
Another requirement for the proposals are letters of intent and support.
Okay.
The letters of intent are it's an opportunity to let us know what the project is about, but it also mirrors the larger scale grants. So for larger scale grants, you do need to submit a letter of intent.
Okay.
So this entire program is really designed to provide an opportunity to practice so you can apply for those larger scale grants.
Okay.
So it's very much based on what we could find from the National Science Foundation, from Lumina, and other organizations.
So when you mentioned letters of support, what type of support, like what are you looking for in letters of support?
For letters of intent and support, the letters of support, we're really looking for letters from the Vice President of Academic Affairs. Could be, it could also be the college president. It's anyone who is going to support the implementation of the project.
Okay. Well, and I know it's just a good practice to make leadership aware of, whether it's your division chair or VPA.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. We do require applicants to submit their findings and final report at the end of the fiscal year.
Okay.
So by June 2020, applicants who receive funding will be required to submit a final report, and that template or the questions that you have to answer are posted on the Horizon Grants website.
Nice. That's actually excellent, because then we can learn from each other, and maybe, I don't know, maybe some of you guys will want to build upon someone else's project.
Yep. The review process. So what the MCLI does is the MCLI will look at each project to make sure that it is within the funding parameters. So that is something that's very important. If your proposal exceeds the $12,500, it will not be forwarded for review. So make sure that your project is within that limit.
So follow the rules.
So once the MCLI has reviewed it, we will send it to a team of faculty,
Okay.
Who will actually follow the rubric and score the rubrics, and they will send us their scores. We will basically tally all the scores, get the total scores, and start funding from the greatest to the fewest points.
Okay, if I remember correctly, I think that rubric is on the MCLI website, right?
Yes, the rubric is included on the Horizon Grants page.
Okay.
It's very clear as to what criteria are more important. For example, the assessment or evaluation of the project is critical for the proposal.
So the one thing, just a best practice, one thing I typically do with grants like this, and there's a rubric, I will try to take myself outside of the proposal that I wrote and be a reviewer and take that rubric and actually go through and score it on my own. When I do that, I find a lot of little holes and things I need to tweak as a result. Make sure you download the rubric and go through your proposal on your own with that rubric.
So here's the important part, support. So the MCLI has 3 instructional designers.
Okay.
We are there to support faculty who are working on proposals. We do not have a role in the evaluation and determinations.
Okay, that's good to know.
So our role is really to work with faculty and support them and develop the strongest proposal possible. I would also encourage you to reach out to your centers for teaching and learning. The district grants office has a very talented team that can provide resources and support, and also the grant coordinators.
Okay.
At your college.
So are you guys pretty swamped supporting people right now?
We have had several faculty contact us with inquiries, and we are currently working with them on their proposals. But I would encourage faculty to contact us. We are more than happy to work with you and available to provide support.
Okay, so get that letter of intent in right away. It sounds like they're waiting for us to let them know to work with us.
Definitely. This goes back to the rubric. As you can see by the point distribution, the needs statement, the project success, or how it's going to be evaluated. These are very important parts of the proposal.
Okay.
Based on previous years and what I've seen from the feedback, most of the points are really deducted from the evaluation of the project.
Okay.
So what you want to make sure is that you have measurable outcomes and that you have measures that align to those outcomes.
That's the one thing I've noticed in reviewing some grant proposals is a lot of times things don't align. So like the needs statement, the objectives, kind of the activities, and then what they hope to, making sure all those align.
Yes.
And I think they just you get a little off track as you're writing it. So it's really just stepping back and making sure it aligns.
So if you have any questions about the rubric, feel free to contact us at the MCLI. I'm more than happy to explain it or discuss it. And that's really all I have about Horizon Grants. There's more information I'm sure that I did not cover today. But if you have any questions, feel free to contact me. I'd be more than happy to discuss the grant program with you.
Been on the website briefly, not a whole lot, but there seems to be like all the information you shared plus a little bit more on the MCLI website for the Horizon Grant.
Yes, the website is definitely more detailed than I could commit to memory.
I'm sure. Well, thank you for joining us today. We hope you got some information. We look forward to seeing your Horizon Grant projects. And Rob, thank you for taking your time out and
Thank you. I
filling us
appreciate
in.
it. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you.